Okay, we live.
Hey y'all.
I'm playing my intro video.
Okay, I'm ready for the intro video. You wanna wait till we get some people on here?
I plan to.
She has a cute intro video, folks. I'm excited to see it again. Hit the comments, the likes. Where's the chat?
I got not there yet. Love.
Oh,
We got a couple of folks.
okay, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, meet the Subletts. It's going live. How was your work day today? Hit them comments. How was your day? Were you off? Were you on?
I think I should play our intro video.
You ready to play it? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll play it.
I don't know if we'll be able to hear it, so this is going to be interesting. I've never played an intro video, you guys, so here we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Subletts. Missouri, Texas. Yeah. You love me. You believe in me. You cherish me. Holding on. Holding on. We are the Subletts. Yay!
That was good job, babe. Good
Welcome
job.
to Meet the Subletts.
Hey, y'all. She was trying to get us an introduction.
Yes.
And actually, that intro song she worked on, was it a couple of years ago?
It was last year.
Last year. Okay, early last year, like in January last year. So she went over, and that was her voice recorded with a little synthesizer. And it was cool to see the whole thing come together. Dude did it in like, what, an hour and a half? 2 hours maybe? So
Yeah,
that was pretty dope.
It was a pretty neat experience, actually.
Yeah, so she's getting her audio visual on marketing and
I'm
branding.
working on it. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Solid Rock Monument.
Yes.
Our good friend Shep. He is a really dope guy.
Yes, he is.
You should definitely see him for all of your needs when it comes to
what?
I was going to say laying your loved ones to rest, which is, I guess, technically true. He can definitely help you not break your pockets with headstones or monuments for your loved ones. Their business services, any cemetery, they will beat any quote by 10%, and they have urns for as low as $100. So
that's dope.
I will be putting the website across the screen for you guys to check that out. So
he was actually our first advertising promo client, didn't he?
Yes.
So actually,
we're warm in here. Jesus Christ, what's that on hell?
He's so silly. He had actually reached out to Bay because she had made a promotional flyer to be able to promote because we want to always encourage small businesses, those who are large business, corporations, consulting. So that's what we wanted to be able to shout him out. We started kind of intermittently doing it last year on Instagram with Solitaire. And we realized, you know what, let's just, we're small business. We're trying to take our stuff to the next level at all times. So we're super excited about being able to do that. So where's that? Okay.
Ta-da! I guess I could have put his phone on too.
Put it on there.
See,
we're working on this.
I don't know if I can do that. Oh, hey, I might be able to.
And then put the name of the company. This is how we work every day.
We doing what we do.
Man, we figuring it out every day, and we're glad that y'all are growing with us. We've been trying to figure it out for weeks and weeks now, so things are really panning out and coming together. Always for us. So. What's up?
I'm gonna let you do your weekly highlight.
Okay.
I do this.
My weekly highlight. I don't know what happened in the last week. What is today's date? See, that's how I figure things out, folks.
The 16th, ain't it?
Yeah. I don't think I really had a highlight. Oh, so I've been getting back into the community and really trying as a whole, as opposed to just motorcycling, but including just because I want to hear what the community has to say about, just living conditions in Texas. And I've been able to be a part of, some forums, not really me speaking out, but more so forums, just listening to candidates in the DFW area, both Dallas and Fort Worth and some other areas. Um, I think my weekly highlight is I've been able to kind of understand the Texas politics that I've been trying to figure out. I kind of was interested in it when I first moved here, but you just kind of got to get yourself together, just try to figure things out. But just paying attention to what's going on, how living conditions are, why it's a certain way that, minorities, are not working together, it's just really to improve, living conditions. So the answer is always go to North Dallas, or the answer is always, move away if you were from here. Believe me, I understand. Because I left too. So I totally get it. But I think my highlight is I was able to get out and see some of the community, see, the beautifulness that Dallas actually has. And as well see some of, not always the deplorable living conditions. We saw a mansion in the middle of the hood that had a business right next to it that this family, I guarantee, built. And it's probably been there 20, 30 years.
Side note, I just read an article about a guy named Anderson Bonner, I think.
Barner?
I think so.
Okay.
Something like that. Anyway, he was born in Alabama, and he was shipped to Texas as a wedding present for a slave owner's daughter. And he ended up buying like 2,000 acres worth of land in North Dallas, where Medical City Dallas is. Now he actually owned all of that. All of that.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
2,000 acres, that's a lot of acres. But yeah, so like I said, just trying to look at what's going on and seeing how, politics play into life. And just more so the heartache, the sorrow, the things that we have to work against, healthcare, anything, basic needs. So I think I'm really just being able to unlock some treasures and then
I think our Wi-Fi is tripping a little bit.
Okay, we still on.
My highlight definitely was, before I say what my highlight is, one of the guests we had a couple of weeks ago, Miss Nisha, came on and told her story about how she was being harassed in the place where she was working, and then it resulted they eventually let her go. She has since reached out to me and really thanked us for providing a platform for her to tell her story. Not just for her, but for anyone to be able to come on, tell their stories, and in hopes of being heard.
Yeah.
That was my highlight for me, because that is definitely what we want to utilize our platform for. We want to bring awareness to people and their personal issues or issues in general. We also want to give them their praise and congratulations on good things that are going in their lives as well. And so we spend a lot of time promoting small businesses or reviewing products, or that kind of thing, and it's uplifting and empowering. But we also want to make sure that we're empowering in ways that are really personal as well. So I really appreciate that she told me that. It made me feel really good. So that was my highlight, just to know that what we're doing is worth it. Yeah. That what we are trying to do is definitely being seen. So.
Yeah, that was dope. I was glad to see that she wanted to reach out to us to try to help. So
Hey, Happy. So,
Hey, Happy.
I guess because we don't have a small business highlight tonight, because our lovely family members will be on here. Um, we are going to go ahead and bring them on.
The ones that are actually
The ones that showed up on time. So, oh, there's one.
She ready with us.
All right. Well, hey, look at that. Fancy.
I need to get. Where are y'all?
We in the car. We coming from
Oh yeah.
I was about to say, y'all wouldn't have been able to be on at the same time. Y'all would have had some echo and all kinds of things.
Oh, he doesn't hear us.
No,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So this week we wanted to talk about what's the topic? Okay. The topic is marriage, lesbianism, openness about LGBTQ in the black family. Or in black QIA. In black family. So it's really just I wanted to be able to talk to my family about their perspective. I know what my perspective was about homosexuality or LGBTQIA growing up in an African American or black family. But I wanted to be able to, just kind of get a perspective. Once y'all can meet my family because they are the Subletts. But as well, I just wanted to hear, kind of how they think.
We show
What we forget.
We forgot to announce
Okay. So before we get into that topic, I guess we'll announce last week's winner for giveaway. Okay, so who's last?
I'm gonna do it. The prize is a free copy of Subletts.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We did
So that's because I want to. I can't be mine. Let's see.
Actually, it was Remy's best friend who won.
Yeah, she did a whole lot of tagging.
Yeah, she did. She was sharing the
Internet froze again.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi.
Did it. We're messing up. Okay.
They coming in the door. I hear me.
So I need to get off.
Their internet froze.
It is.
So echo.
I think it's the time. We normally don't have this problem. Okay, so I think we're okay now.
Okay. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, like I openly speak with, the community about,
Let me see if yours is bigger.
how my parents, how I came out to my parents, and I talked openly about my father's reaction, my mother's reaction, were vastly different. But I wanted to be able to talk about like growing up and being okay with who I was. I remember being actually after I graduated high school, and there was a young lady named Candace. And I remember when she came out, and that was when I guess MySpace. I know.
That lady wants to say her name on
Oh, she came. She was. Somebody I was cool with in school.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, young lady, but I know it's too late now. But I remember when she came out, and I'm like, we was 19 years old. I'm like, damn, like already. or that's a lifestyle that she was okay with. Like her parents were the people that always was at the school, like they were really engaged and involved. And I guess I looked at it because there was only one probably homosexual that I knew, and that was my auntie Uncle Kevin. That's what we call him. But as far as like how he was treated, there was always cheap shots or comments or whatever about who he was, or, because he looked like a woman, got his nails done, got his hair done. That was one of the things that made me just so popular. One of the reasons. The other reason I just didn't want no BS type of shit, so I just didn't deal with it. I barely was getting along with my friends. So I'm gonna get along with you that I'm dealing with. But I guess more so than anything, I wanted to hear from my mother about her perspective when it comes to lesbianism in the black community.
I'm sorry, someone was talking to me. I heard horses. Okay. Go back that way. Okay, now you said, say that again, please. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, y'all. I said homosexuality and lesbianism in the black family. Like, what is your perspective on that?
I know it's more open now. As I was growing up, I only knew of one person that was homosexual, and it was a guy, and he was accepted. There was nobody treating wrong, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that was my only experience with it as a young child.
Okay.
Growing up. So in the black family, I don't think it wasn't talked about.
Right.
All we knew was Sammy Hersey. Sammy Hersey.
Okay.
And he was real cool. He was real cool. But see, I was a little girl, and he was basically a grown man.
Right.
So to me it was. So that's my perspective of it.
Okay.
I know it wasn't talked about.
And why do you think it wasn't talked about?
I don't know. I guess it probably because it wasn't accepted, especially if you're raised up in a church.
Right.
Even though, as I became a teenager growing up, I realized that there was a whole lot of them in the church.
Yeah.
I did not know that because they act like Sammy Hersey. They had attributes of him, even though he was more. I think he was more of like he was just open. He dressed like he was. You would think that he was Little Richie or Little Richard, the singer. That's the way he was. That was what I remember him. So, but the other guys, they weren't like that. As I got older, I found out that it was a lot of people like that.
There was a lot of people like that probably couldn't talk about it or be okay with it.
Wait a minute. You got to turn that off.
It's on my. Turn it off.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hold on a second.
Turn it all the way off.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. We brought another device in and it. Oh, it's not that.
With some interference.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a static in y'all sound?
No.
Oh, I guess it's my phone then. Okay, so what was the question? I'm sorry.
No. I said, is that it?
Pretty much.
Okay. And so how do you think that I could help encourage other people who may not want to be 34 or 35 before they decide to come out to their parents? Like, what is it that a child could do to feel more comfortable? Like, or maybe feel comfortable telling their family. I know we have a friend who her mother continues to advise her that, you know, the reason why she's having issues in life is because of her sexuality. No, she's having issues in life because of upbringing in Texas and not having access to things. It has nothing to do with her sexuality. So it's like it's demonized. So how could you less demonize it?
But that has to do with the parent or the people that aren't. It has nothing to do with the person to be comfortable with telling who they are. It's about the people that are receiving it and how they want to. So if you are with a scrunched up face or a disgruntled attitude, that's not going to make nobody want to tell you anything.
No.
Like I would rather go outside and just live my life out there and not tell you, you know, who I am or what I am at home. But that doesn't mean that's gonna mean like you're not gonna be happy.
Yeah.
It's like living a double life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with that person. A lot of times people don't grab the way they're going to see. So if you have a home that's more inviting and more trusting, people will be willing to come out more. But there's so many stories of parents disowning their children and kicking them out and beating them up and all these things when really, you know, we just trying to be who we are. So the question should not be what does a child need to do to be more comfortable and telling their truth. It needs to be what do people need to do to be more comfortable with telling the truth.
On the receiving end. So what advice would you give to being more to receiving it?
Inquire, you know, well, first off, you love your children. I love my children, period, no matter what they do.
Yeah.
You know? And as long as they're serial killers, your sister said, and psychopaths, no, I still love them. You know, and sometimes you have to look deep within yourself and you know, it's very hard for me to explain it, but I've accepted the fact of your choices. I've learned to accept the fact of your choices because I had choices as well in life, and everybody's choices are not going to be the same.
Right.
You know, I don't understand some things about homosexuality or lesbianism. So I ask y'all. I'll ask y'all a question about some stuff.
Oh, is it still echoing?
I think it's okay now.
Okay, I'll ask y'all questions that to help me understand. But for a child to come to their parent and tell them, I don't know how a parent would prepare prior to that.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's all about, in my opinion, it's all about being informed and having the proper education. Because this day and age, kids are exposed to so many different things. And instead of trying to keep a child from, you know, being exposed to those things, having the proper knowledge for yourself so you can answer questions that you have, or educating them, because everything you see on TV is not real. And everything is a lot of it for entertainment purposes. But I think a lot of people, when they have issues with homosexuality, is because they're miseducated or uneducated, not educated, however the saying is. But I think that people had more knowledge of what they go through, what it means, what is trans, what is cis, what are pronouns, like having the proper knowledge and not feeling so uncomfortable that you just don't know. I think that would help a lot. So asking questions, you have to be comfortable with asking questions. And a lot of people get caught up in, well, am I going to offend them? No, you're going to offend if you assume and not ask.
Yeah.
So asking questions to gain a better understanding is always better than just being dumb to the whole thing in general. So that's my opinion.
That's your opinion. And I know that I put myself physically at risk by trying to be in a relationship that I didn't want necessarily. And I guess more so relationships that were not comfortable. So now I'm sleeping with men just because that's normal, but they sleeping around and then they're giving me issues. So trying to, you know, and I'm not saying that women don't do that too, because women come up with things too. But I think I would have been more, I would have screened the person a little more if I just wasn't just kind of going with emotions.
Or you would have had your family or friends there, you know,
helping me try to, yeah.
Just cover these people and normal. Like they would see you in your true element of being happy, and they could say, "Oh, but this person is really good for you," or "Oh, this person." Well, not so much. Like my first life, everybody told me, you know, no, that's not gonna work. Now she wasn't a bad person. We just weren't a good match.
Yeah.
And me not listening, I went gung ho, got married, and blah blah blah. I'm not listening to none of y'all. I should have listened. So for y'all that watch this, I should have listened to y'all. But I was young and not wanting to listen, so I guess that plays a part into it. You gotta be willing to listen when people be telling you the truth. Because looking back, I'm like, I could have avoided a whole lot of shit.
A whole lot of heartache.
Just listen.
Yeah.
You know, I think I shared with Candace, Taboo. I think I shared with you a story about something that happened in my life as a teenager, where I had a couple of best friends, close friends, and we always hung out together and everything. And my best friend told me that one of the girls liked me. And it totally destroyed me. It scared me to death. I mean, and I think, and that relationship, that friendship was null and void. I mean, you know, it was over, that friendship. I couldn't even face her. And I don't know if it was because of fear of her. Well, I think it was because the fear of what I had heard as a young person, that this person was going to, and I don't want to say it like this, huh?
To hell.
No, that too, but was going to do something to me to make me like that.
Oh.
Okay. That was,
that's how that works.
It's not, definitely not.
Yeah. And see, it was almost, I guess, in the Black family, and well, where I was at, it was like almost a disease.
Yeah.
And that's how it was treated.
Huh?
That's how it was treated. Like it was something that you can catch and you can't get rid of.
Right. And it totally scared me. I mean, when I say scared, I could not, and we were still in high school. I could not even be around her. I was so scared. And to this day, I wish that I had not treated her like that, because she was truly a friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I learned as I got older, some of the people that I worked with were homosexuals or lesbians or I don't know what other word. And
all the alphabets.
Okay. And I was able to talk to them and communicate with them, and they didn't make me like them. And that's when I think I more so was able to start understanding, wait a minute, this is not a disease. These are people's choices. Or sometimes, I guess some people could be born like that. I have no idea. And I'm not even going to try to be a scientist and say, you know, but it's just the fact that I was totally afraid. And that's what I think.
People, I've heard a lot of people, well, I've heard from a lot of people in your age range.
Right.
That a lot of times when stuff like that happened to them, they would, you know, distance themselves from those friends or those people that they knew because they themselves didn't want to be identified as that, like it was like a bad mark on their name, or it changed who their character was. So a lot of people would separate themselves in fear that if they were hanging out with a person who was gay, that people will assume that they're gay, and they're not. Right. So I totally
that, but also that it was gonna turn me like that.
Right.
And that was and that's what I seriously was like, that's what scared me.
Yeah. I really hate that people, were brought up to think like that, because it's like now that we're open, we spend more time having to, I'm not going to say change the minds of people, but re-educate people instead of just living life normal. You wake up and marry a man tomorrow, that you don't think a second thought about that. But to wake up and say, oh, I'm in love with a woman, you got to explain, well, how do you do this? Well, how does that make sense? Well, why do you do this? Well, why would you want to do that? And instead of just allowing people to be happy in whatever walk of life they're in, we spend so much time having to correct people or like it just, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. Man, and there's so many women that are lesbians that look like normal.
I've come to realize that.
Yeah, like they just didn't talk about it.
Huh?
They just didn't talk about it.
Right, and I remember you were telling me that when I was younger, it was a lot of women that were probably like that I didn't even know.
Yeah, like your friend that liked you, you didn't know.
Until somebody said something.
Right, somebody told you, like, oh.
Yeah, my best friend told me, and all of us were close friends. And it wasn't so bad
until I told you, because you probably was cooler with the other girl and your best friend was jealous because she was trying to tarnish that. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Oh,
I don't know.
It
worked. Well, no, the best friend, no. She was, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh Lord, the messy boots. The messy boots. Okay. So what was the rest of the title? Oh, okay. So as far as our marriage, I know that I appreciate you all. I feel like
we are. It's not yet.
Okay. Well, I appreciate my family for accepting my wife. She is a Subletts. She has my best interest in her heart as much as you all do. And that's something I tell all the time. It's amazing. And I'm thankful that y'all treat her as such. I remember my sister called me to check me about how I talk.
Still working on it.
So her ears are probably all the way over there in the kitchen, but all the way. So yes, I am still working on how. But I'm also just, like I said, I'm just grateful that my family is accepting and understanding of our relationship.
Yeah.
So thank you. That's why I want to. Do you want to say something, maybe?
I've been waiting. 30 minutes. Say a few words.
Tell them who you are.
I'm that boy Aiden Moore. I gotta put that boy. But since we're on the topic, which side is it? This side? This side? I don't know where the okay, it's right here. It's right. Okay. So on the topic of LGBT, so I'm gonna give you a little quick story, but then it's gonna tie into it. Okay, real quick. So in third period, I go to this class, right? This class is Spanish class, and I got like this 4 girls that I go sit by every day. We go sit on the floor, we all talk, right? The vent corner, right? All 4 of them, well, 3 or 4 of them are bisexual, right? We always talk about everything. About tall girl, light skinned girl. She's taller, so she like girls and boys, right? So we talk about everything, no matter what, whatever dude she messes with, about my girl, about their girls, no matter what, we talk about it. And so we talk about the conversation, talk about what is it called? being gay or bisexual or like in the same gender or whatever you like in the black gender fluid in the black family, and we came to the conclusion that of back when y'all like more of y'all age in the 40s and 50s and grandma's age and all these different old people's age, they didn't understand it, right? And it kills me that even to this day, and one of the girls there, like, they have to hide it from their parents, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't understand it. Because they would be like, damn. And I remember when she was like, girl, you go over there and tell your parents about that, whatever. He was like, man, I ain't gonna lie. I make it disown because of what I like. And that sucks. Because they don't understand it. Because they grew up brought up, like I were talking about, as of it's a horrible and terrible thing.
Right.
But some of the parents are starting to understand it more and starting to hear it out more and actually see from one perspective instead of just having to make your child feel more like they can't come to you about most things. And that's where a lot of separation comes from in families, as in parents to daughters and stuff like that. It's where you can't express to where you can't come at the parents for one thing that you have a problem with, and then they feel like that they can't come to you with a lot of things, and that's where a lot of women with women, men with, doesn't matter, just parents in general come apart from. But that's all I'm saying.
So you just had this conversation a few days ago?
Yeah. I'm sorry, what you said?
You said a few days ago?
So it's like a week ago, but yeah.
Someone said, dollar bill actually. I think because everyone's story of how they came to the realization of their sexual identity is different, it's hard for some straight people to understand when they feel like their sexual orientation is normal due to them being self-aware of theirs since birth.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I will counter that and say that a lot of homosexual people are also very self-aware from birth. So just like a straight person being sure that they like women, I've known that I like women since I was real small. Now, granted, I found out when I was 15 because my mom asked, and I felt like since she was asking, I didn't have to hide it anymore. So I was honest, but I've always liked women. I've always known that I like women. So I guess, a lot of people don't think that that's how it is for homosexuals. People choose, some people do. But a lot of us know already. It's a knowing. Just like like the same with bisexual, they know that they like both. Like that's just for them, that's their normal. And I think because people try to equate normal to look one way, sexuality is not one size fits all.
No, it's not.
So my normal might not be your normal, and that's okay.
Yeah. Some people like some shit that I don't like.
Yeah, some things I can't get with. I'd be like, okay.
Like if I told y'all what I like, y'all really be like, oh Lord, she crazy.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah, not with my nephew on here.
Please.
Nor me. Nor me. Yeah.
So man, thank you, Dollar Bill, for contributing to the conversation.
Yes.
What time is it?
It is.
7:30. So, my sister, do you want to say something? Would you like to say something?
Yes, she would. Yes, she would.
She's eating.
No. Well, the question was, what
is your perspective in regard to LGBTQIA in the Black family? How open?
How open?
What is we're not eating.
Man, and we know. I still got to cook.
Some lasagna and it's fire.
Yeah, homemade.
We on our way after the show. Just go ahead and put mine to the side.
In a container.
She made it. It's almost gone. She made it yesterday, a big old pan, and it's almost gone.
You ain't even say nothing because I was Arlington earlier. I would have came and scooped up my portion. I'm just
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. But I was gonna get my portion.
You gonna leave me hanging.
Well,
I know that was good.
My camera in.
Okay, so what was you saying?
So I'm right there. Do I think that in the Black community, what do they look at it as? When we were Nowadays, I think that it's more acceptable. Me, I mean, it is. We always had an auntie Uncle Kevin, or it didn't bother me.
Right.
And when one of my friends tell me that they or have whatever preference or
Mama, quit shaking
sister, huh?
Tell Mama to quit shaking the camera.
I'm getting motion sickness.
It's not it's I've never have gave two second thoughts to if you are or if you're not. I mean, you are who you are, so it doesn't. If that's what you are, then or whatever you feel, and that's who you are, then that's just who you are.
Right.
In the Black communities, I think that because during slavery and we had everything was Christ based and Bible based. I think that was a stigma, like that's a no.
Right.
So I think that was engraved in part of our history. That the LGBT community can't do. You can't be that way. You can't be that way. So I think as things have evolved, I think that it's more open now, and I think that more people are accepting of it.
Yeah.
I think that people have allowed their religion and their thoughts and that to cause more harm than good.
Right.
To people, to their loved ones, to their kids by disowning them or things like that. So
I know a lot of homosexual young men or men, especially those around my age, contracted HIV or AIDS because they were hiding and they weren't educated on how to have sex, how to protect themselves. And so when we're seeing this pandemic or epidemic, not pandemic, this epidemic, when we're younger, when we're in, the 80s, growing up in the early 90s, and it's a big deal. But even throughout that time, then it became a stigma like, well, you can't come out. So then there wasn't any education on, like I said, how to protect yourself, how do you do what you do. So now they're 40 years old, and a lot of them have died along the way. I know there's a lot more medicines out there to kind of keep you healthy when it comes to HIV and AIDS now. But like I said, a lot of them committed suicide along the way. I know one young man, he was a couple of years younger than me in college, and his family didn't deal with it, and he just kind of went crazy, because they couldn't handle it.
Actually, I have one person who had AIDS. He lived a good life. He wasn't super young when he passed away, but it was kind of one of those things that wasn't really talked about on that side of the family. I'm pretty sure that side of the family doesn't even know yet. But anyway, we all knew because you could tell just how he was, and he was the choir director, and he played the piano and all that kind of stuff. But it just wasn't talked about because they were part of that older, group of folks. So yeah. So I don't really know if he got the proper treatments or anything like that because it was something that just kind of was what it was. Like everyone knew, but they didn't talk about it.
Right. He just had it.
Yeah.
That's horrible. So that's why I'm glad that now there's a lot more treatments that have happened along the way. But like I said, there's lots of young men that are not here, young women that are not here that have committed suicide earlier in their 20s, 30s, just because they couldn't deal. I mean, I know for me personally, most of my 30s, why I was sad was because I knew what I needed to talk about and I didn't.
I'm really glad that now there is more open conversation about it. I really believe the more that we are open and we talk about things like this or anything that's hard to talk about, it definitely helps with people's mental health. It definitely helps with the suicide rates. Just people being able to speak out about whatever it is that's troubling them just being able to say it out loud and not having it live in their minds that they're the only people that hear it, and it drives them crazy. I'm really glad that they're creating a platform where things like this can be talked about, and people will know that they're loved and know that what they have to say is important. So thank you guys for being part of this topic. I'm sure some of it might have been a little weird for your mom, but guess what? I'm glad that your story for me and I'm glad that you're open enough to say that sometimes you just don't know.
And you don't understand. And I appreciate that really just as a parent, like, okay, well, I don't get it, but still loving us, you know, through everything. It's crazy. I told my nephew yesterday that no matter, actually this morning, no, yeah, it was yesterday, last night, that no matter what, like, my parents are going to be there for me. People don't get to say that.
Right.
They don't get to say, like, y'all communicate with each other, y'all interact with each other, and, you know, on behalf of us, and I'm grateful for that.
That's interesting. Like with my first wife, we were young, you know, young adults, they feel like they know everything. And that's not always the case. But she would say a lot of things or treat her parents a certain kind of way. And I always will remind her, hey, like, you have parents that love you regardless of who you are, what you do. A lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
And be grateful that parents are still here.
Yeah.
Still willing to when you need it, and you know, they're still there for you.
Yeah.
And so that was something that I always said to her. So it's a total flip to be married. I was like, oh, my parents. But it's great because a lot of people don't have that, or a lot of people don't appreciate those type of parents. You know, most people got, I ain't gonna say crappy parents, but parents who was trying to get their own lives together. So sometimes they might have missed a few things.
Oh, my parents.
You know, right. But here's the thing, you're now in a place in your life where you're able to still reflect on that and still be great. Some people hold a lot of animosity and hurt feelings and grudges and whatever because they feel like their parents should have did more. But in reality,
they were the best they could with what they had.
Yeah, like at least they trying. Some parents just give up and be like, okay, raise yourself.
Yeah. Mine keep trying. They still trying to raise me. We 40 to life and they still raising me. Like, woo, sometimes I feel bad. Like that. I was 18 a long time, 22 years ago.
But that's all.
Thank y'all.
I appreciate that y'all have made me one of the tunes.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I said we're glad that you are one of the children.
So they be gossiping about you too, huh?
Yes.
Y'all do, don't y'all?
Yes. Huh?
Hey,
I'm drinking. I don't know what y'all talking about.
So on that note,
I'm talking about her and my daddy. They be gossiping about it.
Oh my God.
Where Deddy? Where your daddy at?
Next week's special guest, her name is Angelique Davis. She is the owner of Key Elements, and I'm so excited to hear about her business because she's fairly new in business, but she makes a lot of really good products. She will also be one of our vendors on Sunday, so I'm excited to try this bacon she got.
Yes, I'm definitely. So we can do a review of the bacon.
Oh, what?
And do that
I'm gonna do a slow mo.
We were supposed to do a product review. Tell them about the product review.
We're not doing that.
But tell them about it.
Why would I do that?
Okay. I'm ready for the product.
Next week.
So y'all know. This is the highlight of the year.
Huh?
We fail.
Oh no, that's not the highlight, man. I was trying to skate up out of this without telling folks.
No, we fail.
Oh yeah.
What do y'all do? Our whole house over here is busted up.
Yes. When I tell you we failed this weekend. We got some epiphanies after following. Like, you know what, we about to just go get a
First of all, Saturday night, somebody tripped over
a center block that was left by the DJ's trailer after the party in the middle of the road. So when we struck up, I couldn't see it in the middle of the road. It was horrible.
Oh, big.
Dang, y'all.
All I see is
my phone is acting crazy. Okay, keep on talking.
And then what did you?
I fell off the back of a pickup truck.
Yeah. So we are definitely rethinking.
Definitely hit a lot of things on the way down.
Yeah.
Definitely still feeling the pain today, and it's Wednesday.
Yes. So I'm glad she's okay. I ain't gonna lie. So who was in the way, babe? No, let's go.
We're not gonna do this.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not. But I am gonna tell you the whole way down because it felt like I was falling in slow motion. The whole way down, all I could hear was Michelle on the side talking.
So somebody was standing in her life.
It wasn't me.
How was it me? And I was on the other side of the truck.
The thing, no, what happened? I saw what happened. I saw it from my peripheral. Remember when I said, oh, dude, step stool is really coming in handy. And I was turning and I saw it from my peripheral, her foot going down on the step stool and the stool starts sliding. It slid right off and under, but I couldn't catch her. I mean, I got two messed up arms.
So she stood next to me and was like,
I was like, yeah, that's about all I could do.
But you was in the way of me trying to go catch her.
Well, she was already on the floor, on the ground by the time you got around there.
Yeah, because you was in the way. Mama, move. I would at least caught her a little bit. You was right in the. Yes, I was.
Well, I'm sorry, both of y'all fell because I felt like I fell with y'all. Both times I saw both of them happening.
You saw them both happening.
Yeah.
So, yes, I wanted to give y'all that funny. We both fell this weekend. We have definitely been taking some time.
We sure need to just open an establishment.
So that's definitely what we got. He was already on that trail, but definitely more than that. Who won the song? So Sam put in her book.
Yep, let her know she won.
Yes. It was crazy because it was no stop. We thought we was going to stop on that always win. No. Fatima. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Thank you, Subletts and more. And Brown. Lauren go to sleep. Where's Lauren?
Lauren. Here she comes.
Anyway.
Bye, girl.
See y'all next week. 7 p.m.
Deuces.